Hello entrepreneurs, welcome to NOBOSStv Discussion 10. Let's get started. In the last discussion, you vetted suppliers for your direct expenses. In this discussion, we're going to focus specifically on your service business and how you can reduce costs or increase profits. When selling services to customers, you are literally selling the invisible. They can't see it, touch it, hear it, or smell it. So it's up to you to develop a method to show the customer what you can do for them. Your marketing materials will be an important and low-cost method to accomplishing this. However, with the ease of video, not only can your customers see your services in action, but maybe they can use it as well. Videos, demos, trial versions will all enhance your chances of getting the sale. Talking to your customer about the benefits of your service should confirm its value, while listening to your customers, then showing them specifically how your service will give them what they need. Well, that should drive the sale home. As I mentioned in one of the videos, I was an accounting software consultant where I went into businesses and cleaned up the bookkeeping mess. Maybe they were a new business and never had a bookkeeping system, or they lost their bookkeeper, or whatever the case. I was that cleanup person. My brochures outlined the services I offered. Our initial phone consultation told me what they needed, and our in-person visit is where I pinpointed what they wanted fixed and how and why they needed to get it done right away. As an extended service, I offered accounting services to maintain their data until they hired someone new, trained the new hire, and then I would even perform their monthly close, adding the financial reports and other information that they had never had before. I basically relieved the owner of the burden of managing all the financial aspects of their business. Even after my project was long finished, if a client was hiring a new bookkeeper, they would call me to interview and recommend a new hire. So if you're in the service industry, let's start looking at this service worksheet to see what it can do for you. This worksheet will show you all the services you plan to offer, including the time it will take to complete your services, because time is what you're selling. All the main item information will transfer over to your other tabs. So when you click over to the Services tab, this worksheet will help you extend your services to show all that is required to complete each task. For certain services, time will depend on your client and the extent of the project. When you may not be able to be specific with the client, you could at least give them a rate and a time frame for getting projects done. When you're working independently, you want to ensure that you have an agreement with the client. You want to establish a schedule or how you will notify them weekly as to when you'll be able to come in the office and perform your services. Not only is this good business practice, but also when a client tells you what hours to work, you're an employee. So there is a fine line between employee and independent contractor. And I want to make sure that you keep this in line and professional at all times. When you click over to the Cost of Goods tab, this worksheet is great for keeping you on point with what tasks are being performed and how you're charging for each. The fact is, you shouldn't offer all of your services at the same price, especially if you're working with partners. They may want to charge different rates for the services that they will provide. So, for example, if I were to provide my accounting software services for a new business, it may look something like this, showing I'm installing and setting up software at $45 an hour. I'm updating their financial data at $25 an hour. I'm training the owner, weekly updates, monthly financial reports, all the way through the project, showing the rates and the level of expertise for each. Complete the direct expenses cost for each of the services that you plan to offer, and be sure to include any supplies or other costs as they relate to your business. Everything that's needed to provide your service. Once you know all that it takes to provide your service, then you can best determine what your rates will be. When you run a sale, offer a service for free, you will need this to determine what's the lowest rate that you can go. If you scroll over to the Total Cost tab, it will summarize all the services and partners, employees involved in the services, as well as the rates you're paying each. Remember, this is the cost, so you will sell the service to your client at a higher price. If you need to add any lines or change columns, be sure to use the video tutorial included in Workshop 1 to help you make any changes. The next thing you need to do is determine your opening stock, or in this case, opening services that you plan to offer. You want to make sure you're equipped to handle all the services that you plan to offer. If you're providing all the skills, that's great. However, what about supplies, materials, equipment? If you're working with others, are they ready? What I like most about this type of business is that if you're working together and really running a tight ship, it could be awesome for everyone involved. Your business looks bigger, established, more professional. Each person can meet clients and sell the services. So now you're multiplying your marketing efforts. Unless it's a mix of services, then you just kind of want to designate one person. Each person will get paid their desired rate. The gross profits can go directly back into the business for marketing and overhead expenses. This is key because when you're consulting alone, you don't have much time for this because you're working on clients. Without a good balance of the two, you will find yourself stretching your salary in between clients. So in the end, you're not really making 40 or 50 bucks an hour if it takes you 2 or 3 months to find another client. You will need this information to determine your total startup budget and cover your direct expenses. So go ahead and complete this worksheet for your new services business. This concludes discussion 10, and I look forward to talking to you in the next video.